Hello and welcome back to another episode here on Kinlaig. Well, a slightly different start to the episode. We've had a look at the weather and it's not looking too great from now all the way through towards the end of the year. We'll just take a quick look now. There is a couple contracts as well. We're going to do both fertilizing contracts, potentially this weeding contract as well, the mowing contract, and there was this spraying contract which wasn't far from us as well, and potentially put a worker out on the stone picking contract. So there's plenty to choose from, but the weather really isn't on our side. As you can see, the rain is meant to stop before 11 o'clock. It's now 9:30. It doesn't really look, well, I suppose it is kind of clearing up a little bit. But today's the last good day, then next month, right through to October is raining. And then we've only got 2 months to kind of get everything together again before the snow hits in December and we hit -6 degrees. Not ideal, though we did have a plan. We do have that little forestry area, and obviously we do have the firewood processor production, so our thought was we're going to get organised now and get ourselves something to help us out bring the trees down to the yard. We are going to use it on hire purchase though, because it is very expensive and we can't really afford it in full just now. Also, we've got the JCB on hire purchase as well. And I did have a quick look for the onion stuff. It's going to be very expensive to lift that onions from the field. I didn't really think it was going to be that expensive, but it is, so we're just going to have to bite the bullet and go for it. Because we put them in, and we're going to have to get them out, otherwise it's just a waste of time. So we've got the oats that are ready, I believe, next month, and the grass as well. We're going to do another cut of hay, I think, because the straw we get from the oats is going to make our final mix for the TMR. We still need to get a TMR mixer, which isn't in the sale still. Oh, there is this though. No, that's a mulcher for crop stubble. I thought that was one of the forestry, what would you call them? Tree stump cutters. That's what I thought it was. Right, but it's not that. So what we're actually looking at, if we go down to forestry, is, I was initially looking at this because it was very reasonably priced, but it says the yarder can be used for uphill yarding. And this one can be used for up and downhill yarding. So what our plan to do is, we're going to buy that on hire purchase and we're going to place it somewhere up on the top ridge here on plot 74. Try and get it attached to some decent trees. And our plan is to try and get it down. I don't really know how to fix it. We're aiming to get it down here somewhere along this row of trees if we can. And that means it saves us having to come all the way up here with the telehandler and the log truck, the little log trailer, to cut up a few trees, to take them all the way back down with the telehandler really slowly, and it's really painful and it takes a long time to get that done. Or we could be doing other things, servicing equipment in the winter time, getting it ready. Whereas if we do it now, we can process them when they're still relatively dry after the dry season. And we can also bring down whole logs and store them in our little shed out of the way, and just take one out at a time to process it as we need it to keep the processor topped up. So that was the idea. Whether it works or not, I don't know. But we're going to give it a shot. So this is us kind of expanding the forestry side a little bit, but not going really in depth. Now it does have an 840 meter length, so I think that's going to be enough. And 225 horsepower, so this fast track can work it no problem. And when we don't need it to be running, we take the fast track back down again and it's very quick. I think we can actually get the trees cut and grab them from where they are with this as well. That's the plan for not needing a telehandler up there and needing a trailer as well. I don't think we're going to need different tires because it's not the tires that's the issue. We need it for the winches and the capability of what it is. So let's hire purchase this. I'm thinking this is going to pay itself off in, I would say, about a year, maybe 2 years. But we're going to put down, that's 5% interest. Let's go 4% interest, 9,500 down. I'm looking at the monthly cost here. I don't want any final fees. Although it doesn't really reduce it much for 10,000 at the end. Let's do something silly. Let's do like 7 years. Yeah, so it's an extra 12,500 pounds on top for 7 years, but our monthly cost is only £1,168, which is very affordable. And in theory, we only need to sell 1 or 2 bags of the firewood every month to pay for the monthly cost of this. So it's kind of going to be paying for itself in a way until the best price comes. I think is it January or February. So I think, let's see the difference here. 1,300, 1,100. Let's stick with 7 years, because we always have the option to pay it off early. That's not set. We don't pay the 107 in total. We can always pay it off early. So I think with the contracts we're going to do, we can today we can afford 9,500 as long as it clears up very soon. So the option is option 1 there. So let's pay 9,500 over 7 years. We're going to take a quick look at this in our hire purchase. There we go. So we've already paid the deposit. We've got 84 months left and a settlement of 85,500 today if we pay it off, which obviously we can't afford, and we need to keep that money because the onions, as I said, were ridiculously expensive. But we can't do anything just now because it's raining, so I thought, let's get this set up, let's have a play about with this and see if we can get this working to a point that we can get trees down to us without really much input from ourselves. It is going to take a bit of input, but this is hopefully going to speed the process up a good bit, and it means we can focus on other things while we're still doing forestry work. And that's the plan. The fast track, that doesn't need repaired yet, I don't think. It's still got 50%, so we should be okay. I think the Valtra is the one we need to repair, because I know it does need a little bit of work on it. But that's for maybe tomorrow. We'll see how we get on today with contracts. And we also need to see about a fertilizer spread. I should have done that just now, actually. Will we do that again when we come down later on? Because I think we will need some fertilizer, if we are going to take on fertilizing contracts, that is. If the weather allows. Right, we will see you up at the forestry area. And we'll see about setting this up and see where we can get to with the rope. 840 meters, I think it was, so let's go and give that a go. We'll see you up there and see what we can do with it. Well, we've messed around for a little bit now and we finally managed to get it hooked onto a tree, which is there, but it's at the wrong side of the tracks. And now, any second, fairly soon I think it is, where's the train now? Just coming around the corner. So I want to see if it passes under no problem. I think it's going to pass no problem. If it doesn't, then we can't use that tree. We've got to use one further down, which I did manage to get it hooked to. I just thought, what about this tree? It's in the distance and it's right beside where we are. So let's see if this works. Oh, no issues at all. Well, that tree is going to be fantastic. That means everything that comes out of there on this yarder line gets dropped pretty much nearly in the zone we need it to. So our Manitou basically needs to sit here and push the logs forward, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure how far this line actually runs, but you can see it there. We're gonna have to run all the way up the top again. This is where a little gator would be very handy, but yeah, we're gonna run back up there and see if we can't get something hooked onto it just now and bring it down just to try it out. Well, I'm not sure about that securement of the rope there, but if it works, it works. We've got another one over here and another one that's just made its way in between the trees here. Just made to measure, that one. Absolutely perfect, right down onto the smallest of trees, when it could have picked this one here, or even this one here as well, or potentially that one even. But it should work. Let's give this a shot. So this one is, that's a little 800 kilo. Let's try this big one. We did take all of the limbs off of it. That's 8.9 tons. Let's attach that. There we go. Oh, it did say something there. The maximum weight is 3 tons. Right, so if that's 8.9, so say 9 tons. This is going to be the heavier end, so I would imagine somewhere there. That might not be... It might be enough. Oh god, 4.2 tons. Oh god. And that's 4.7, so if we cut this, I would say cut that just in half. I'm pretty sure we can grab more than one tree at once, would we? Depends on the weight. Well, that's 3.1, that's 1.6, so this is the annoying one. This is 4.2 tons, so we're gonna have to cut it somewhere around about maybe here. That should bring us to about 2.6. I'm hoping, as long as it's under 3 tons, I'm happy. 2.5, oh wow, that was good measurement. And that's 1.7. Right, we can't strap both trees though. Can we do both of these bits? No, right, if I do that, and that, yeah, the maximum weight is 3 tons. Right, what if we take this one as well? Will we manage that, or is it too far out of the way, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Right, what about, that's 1.7, and then we have this one here, maybe too far again. 1.6, no, it's over 3 tons, that's why he's not giving me the option. But that's 3.1. Can't do this one because it's 2.5 tons. Right, let's just go with that and see what we have. So, if we lift this up, well, it's working. Oh, and a big branch on it as well. Oh well, that can just go with it. And we need to move the carriage, so that one. Right, we'll let that run down to the farm. I don't know, it says detached tree, so I'm guessing we could just detach the tree from here once it's down so far. I don't know if we're actually going to be able to see it land when we just time-lapse this little bit of it going down to the farm, and oh, it's disappeared. We can still see the green bit though. And there's also the little menu on the left there. It tells us how far we are from the tree. This is going to take a minute. Right, we'll see when it gets down there. Right, I don't know how far that is from the end, but let's detach it there and hope that hope that that's not on the train tracks and it's not in the onion fields. I think that's about right. So now we can move the carriage to the yarder, which is X. Now it's making its way back up here. We'll grab the next one, bring it down. And I'll probably go for this big bit here. So yeah, this is the only thing. Trees need to be close enough, so we still need something up here to move them. We can figure that out in future though. If we can get a couple of them down, then at least we can start the firewood production. That way we can get a few bags ready, and at least they're drying in the shed for the next couple of months, ready for when we need to sell them at its best price. Then they've got good dried wood. Well, here we are back down at the yard. It doesn't look like anything's in the field. Oh, we've got the log there. Well, that's not too bad. That is very close to where we need it to be. The only thing is, I just hope... Oh, it's there. Perfect. Ah yeah, we can still maneuver it here without the JCB attached. That was my that was my slight panic. Oh, that's the wrong button. Where are we? This one here. Nope, that's not right. Where are we? This one. There we go. And we can lower it at the same time. Just don't go too far or stand in the way of it. That's quite a heavy bit of wood there to get hit by. Right, we'll just drop it there nicely. And detach is V. So now this should set the point to drop them down with. So if I move that back to the yarder, that'll head away up there. So when we go back up there again later, we can pick up from there, and then hopefully we can hit the button to deliver it right here again. And then we just need to drop it, bring it back, and just keep going like that. As long as you don't manually move the yarder, we should be okay. Right, I think we're going to get these put in here, and then we need to go and get some contracts started because it is drying up now. Let's check the store quickly, see what's in there. Nothing that we need right now. Right, we need to get into some contracts because we need to bring some money in. Definitely do this one. That's stone picking. We're going to borrow the items. We'll send a worker off for that one there. Is the ones close to us. Do we still have fertilizer on hand? I think we still have some at the store. I don't know if we actually have any in here, do we? 90 litres. No, and there's nothing here, so we do need to pick up from the store. I don't know if we still have any left. Field 22 is the stone picking, and the store must be somewhere over that side. Oh, we did that one not long ago. Yeah, I think the store is just down the bottom of field 25, so that would be ideal to get field 23 first. Or 20 really, doesn't really make much of a difference. And field 43 is away, I think on the south of the map. So we could take on this contract, which actually gave us, if we had rented it, it gave us a fast track. And where was the other one? This one here. We'll accept that one. I think we need to disconnect that. We're going to disconnect this spreader. I know it puts a lot of things on hire purchase, but as long as we increase the years, let's leave that there. As long as we increase the years of what we need them for, then we will never need to pay silly amounts of money every month for hire purchasing. So let's see how much this is going to, I don't think it's going to be too much. We can afford to buy it outright just now, but it doesn't make sense because we know that onions are going to be fairly soon. Right, let's go and take this down to the store. We're going to transfer this into the new spreader and sell this one. We'll see how much we get for it. I forgot, I need to turn the engine off on this and the beacons, otherwise we're going to be wasting diesel. I know we need to top up diesel as well, so that's on my mind as well. Right, let's stop that. There's still no steam coming from that engine. It's quite annoying because I'm pretty sure on the very first episode we had, I'm sure I caught it with steam coming out of the front of the engine. Anyway, right, let's head down to the store. We're going to swap this over. We'll take a quick look at what we bought, go over the financials for it, and then we will head into doing some contracts for today. Well, that's just dropped all of the fertilizer off there. There's only 90 litres, but we'll put that into the new one when we get it. This one does need repaired, and I'm going to do that just now so it's done and out of the way, because we may need that for harvest. So £8,176. This one will repair that for £93, and we can sell it for 614. Oh, that's not really worth it. Right, okay. This one we need to customize. I'm hoping we can put narrow tires on this. Medium tires, wide tires. This isn't looking good. Oh, narrow tires. Fantastic. Well, that's £1,000. So let's customize that. That means we're now good to go. There we go. I like that. Brand new clean tires. Fantastic. Right, let's get the fertilizer spreader. That is going to be in here. So we did think about some of the different ones, just to even try out one of these for the new ones. But we're trying to stay cost effective just now until we kind of grow what we've got field wise, and we're kind of going to get the forestry underway now. But let's hire purchase this. We can afford it, but we're not going to splash out mega on it. So that brings a 20% deposit, brings it down to 3.5%, 1,600 a month. But if we do this for 4 years, it's only £500 a month, and we'll pay it off when we need to. But just now, let's purchase that. We need to keep our money for the onions because they are very, very costly indeed. Right, that's £5,000 out the door again. So we're now just under £60,000 for today so far. Where's the front weight? We had a front weight. I hope we don't need it for this. I'm very certain we had a front weight on this thing, unless we left it at the farm to do something else with. Oh, was it the mowing or something? I think it could have been the mowing. And we may potentially need to buy another bag of fertilizer. Let's see if this lifts the front of the tractor at all when we load this in. Oh yeah, we definitely need another bag. Right, we'll pick up what's left in here and then get what we can out of the next bag. There we go. Right, let's grab one new bag of fertilizer. This can hold quite a lot though. That's only not even 20%, and we've got a full half bag in there. This could be nowhere near 50%, is it? 47, yeah, right. Let's get another bag now to save us coming back down. This is the reason we've bought this. So another £1,920. Let's fill up this. Better put the beacons on for good on the road. 78%, that's better. But now we have a massive 42 metre working width. That's fantastic. This is going to increase productivity for fertilizing quite a bit. Saying that, since we're going that direction, let's drop this there. We're going to spin round and hook this onto the front, and then we can take that trailer up with us, because at some point through the fertilizing contracts we're going to need to stop, and we're going to take this trailer and fill up when the stone picker is full, because he's already away on the contract. He's doing it, he's 17% of the way done, which is quite good. Right, now I'm not going to be able to see not going to see a thing out the window. We're not going too far, it's just across the road there and up that little up the little road, then we're into the field, so hopefully shouldn't be any police going about, but I think we'll be okay. Right, let's go and get this fertilizing contracts completed. See if we can get a bit more done for today, because by the looks of it we're not going to have the weather on our side. So let's get cracking on with this, and we'll see you in a little bit. Well, I just caught the train there with the steam coming out the front of the engine. I was 100% sure I'd seen it before, but I managed to catch it there, so I was definitely right. It does work. Right, let's go and get these completed. So we have already done two fertilising contracts, one on field 20, £3,661, and field 23, £4,921. The stone picking on field 22, £4,509 in total. There was a £600 lease cost. And spraying field 19, that was £5,743, and that was also a £600 lease cost. And the two weeding contracts, this one on field 21, £2,730, and on field 24, £5,138. And finally mowing field 3, £4,758. So that now leaves us with £82,000 in the bank. We did have an issue with the weeding contract. It was initially £331 for the cost of the weeder, but we decided to accept the contract thinking we had a weeder, but we didn't. So we had to go. It was more expensive to lease one. It was about 1,000, I think it was 1,800 to lease it. So what we did was we paid 1,800 as a deposit. Over 8 years, it makes it £432 a month. That's this one here. So we now own a weeder, but we do plan to pay it off well before that. It's 41,000 if we keep it running as it is for the 8 years, or 34,200 if we paid it off today. So we're definitely going to pay it off early. Now we've done all that, we need to go and grab some more logs. We did load that one's on there, so we can actually put them into the production because we started it up. And the only thing left to do for today is to feed the cows. You can actually grab onto the logs there. If only there was a tree just the other side of the shed right there, we could just drop them straight on here. Right, we'll get that taken in. So we've now got 8,000 litres, just over 8,500 litres of firewood. So that's going to get going. We've started that production, so hopefully we can get a bit done today and stored in that shed there. But because this can run on its own, the yarder, we just need to take this up the road so that we can actually move the logs when we're up there. So let's get this started. We're going to head up there, get some logs, trees cut down, and logs moved into the yarder and take them down. I'm just going to look to see where it's at. So that's the point it's at now. So if we don't touch this and we move carriage to yarder, there we go. This is the point it's going to drop to if we push the button up there. So as long as you don't move it manually, I was speaking about that before. So we'll grab a couple logs, get them down, and then we need to go and feed the cows because they've still got a good bit of feed left, but apparently no straw, but they've got plenty of straw, I know that. Right, let's head up there. Probably taking the longest road possible there. Let's spin round and go out the main road and go up the hill. Right, we'll go and grab a few trees, take them down here, and we'll see you down here again to see how much we get off it. Well, that's just got the trees down from the forest. We have a few bags in there. We've also got, can't see it, we've got a few more bags in that shed there. We'll leave these out overnight. I don't think it's meant to rain. Just have a quick check here. So we've got until about 5 o'clock tomorrow before it starts raining, so that's okay. In here we actually have 108,000 litres. I'm not sure if any of these will go. Nope, not yet. But this has proven to be fantastic. We've managed to move 100, I would say about 100 and maybe 20, 130,000 litres so far down here fairly quickly compared to the old method with the little trailer, which I'm not going to sell yet because it's always handy here. If we have too much, we can always load it up, move it, or you know, if it does start raining, we can move it inside. But these will be okay outside just now. We were going to feed the cows. I'll just have a quick look in here. Yep, so we've got, I think there's maybe 6 bags in there plus the 3 outside. We bought, I think there was three bags of fertilizer as well. We've actually done our grass field because we forgot about that. I'll take a quick look here. Yep, so it's now fully fertilized, just in time, ready for tomorrow because it should be ready to harvest. Same with the oats tomorrow. These guys, we're not going to give any silage because I'm hoping that we can get something like a TMR mixer tomorrow when we get the straw from the oats, because obviously we've got hay already, we've got silage, we've got what we need. We did complete 2 contracts of fertilising though, field 24 and 27, so £5,138 for field 24 and £7,218 for field 27, which is not a bad payment. It just boosts our bank just a little bit more. There's a couple more contracts, but they're both spinach. That's going to take a minute to do. Yeah, we'll leave that there. And the cows, obviously, will get feed to them tomorrow if they get too low. But fingers crossed we can find something in the sale. If not, we could always hire purchase. Our monthly cost just now is sitting at just under £5,000, which is affordable. You know, one good contract can see us through that whole month. Nothing in the sale yet, but if we just take a quick look here. Where's animals? Forage mixers. So that one's fairly cheap, but it is quite small. There's this one at 22, 24. That one's probably a little on the big side for us just now, I think. But that's, I would say that's affordable. Let's have a look at the price. So we'd probably look to put maybe 10 down, put 11 down and take it over 4 years is under 1,000. So that brings us to just under 6,000 a month. And that's got 24,000 litre capacity. So that's pretty good going. So that's probably the one we're going to go with. But that's tomorrow's issue. We'll see about that. But first thing tomorrow, we need to cut the grass. We've got our oat field to harvest, get the straw baled. In fact, we need a baler, don't we? We don't have any balers. So we're going to have to, I was going to say we're going to have to lease one, but would it be worth buying one? That's the issue. The round bales are handy, but it takes, it does take a minute. I'd much prefer one of these. That one's, to be honest, probably okay for us just now. 120, and that goes up from 180, but £140,000 more for this. Even if we did put down, you know, let's put down 16.5 and take it over, say 7 years. That's still £2,000 a month for 7 years. Whereas this one, probably don't need to hire purchase it, but let's put down, yeah, even for 1 year, £1,000 a month, putting down 11,000. So that is affordable. A square baler as well, so it's not going to stop. But the bales, I think the bales are going to be a little too small and more awkward to handle. But we're going to deal with that issue tomorrow. We've got nowhere else to store the straw and the onions as well. I think we can use that barn at the end. I think that's a bulk barn, so we can. We've got a place to store onions, so that's fine. But I think we'll leave the episode there. We did get the yarder, which is a good addition. We've also upgraded to a bigger fertilizer spreader. And yeah, we've got firewood production underway already in preparation for the winter time, so we've got plenty to sell. We'll probably need, in fact, we do have a bigger trailer, which is wherever I've left it last. We can use that for moving, it's there. So we can use that for moving out the pallets as we need them to sell. But I think we'll leave the episode there. And we'll see you in the next one, where we'll probably not touch the yarder. We'll get our fields harvested, the grass baled up for hay, dried and baled up for hay, get the oats done. I will probably have to sell the oats straight away, actually. That was a thought. We've got nowhere to store it. And it's coming down to the worst price, which tomorrow is going to be even lower than it is just now. Yeah, that could be an issue, because we don't have any storage here. I don't know if that works, actually. There is a little one here. I'll just check the icon. I'm pretty sure it's a load and unload. But with the oats, we can try this tomorrow and see if this works, or if that is for the bulk haul in there, because that's where it looks like the pipe's going. So we can try put oats in there, store it until we get the best sell price, or we have something to do with it. But yeah, we'll leave this one here, and we'll see you in the next one. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.